Hey there, legendary family, it is your favorite Dinobot here, and today we are going to do a Can He Solo? Can the lovable, extraordinary, ever so powerful Grimlock solo the Dinosaur King universe or continuity? You guys get what I mean, the Dinosaur King verse in general. And this is actually going to be a pretty good one because we're using Fall of Cybertron Grimlock against the full continuity of Dinosaur King. You might say, whoa, legendary, isn't that overkill? But I want y'all to stick around. Maybe y'all find something interesting about everyone's favorite version of Grimlock here, including mine, in all honesty, because I just love how he's portrayed. But starting off with the scaling, Dinosaur King is pretty simple here. I've talked about it a couple times, and it's pretty simple, pretty easily. And the base level of the dinosaurs would scale to universal because they're able to warp reality on such a degree here that they're able to pull the actual world back in time and actually towards the age of the dinosaurs. And now, when you get into Season 2, you start getting into the complex multiversal stuff to maybe even low hyperversal, as they would scale to the Cosmos Stones in their child forms, as the Cosmos Stones actually are an infinite time stream, right? Yeah, sure, they're in these little, orbs and stuff, but again, they're confirmed to be infinite in size and have a timeline per each period. Like, each universe is an individual timeline. Like, it's crazy though, because again, you guys saw how they had, their little Aladdin time period where Genie was actually found in there. Did anybody else find that a little bit interesting? How Genie, a dinosaur found in a different time zone, was just there? It says a lot, doesn't it? Then you have the Dark Pterosaur scaling, where the Dark Pterosaur is able to destroy all of time and space. This means just about everything in all these timelines would have been destroyed by the Dark Pterosaur. And again, destroying all the time and space, meaning that he would be able to destroy all the forms of the, I guess you could say, the dimensionalities of it, or at least the, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ds and stuff like that. Yeah, the Dark Pterosaur should be able to destroy all of that, as again, he's above the Cosmos Stones, which together can produce entirely new different timelines, to which the Dark Pterosaur would scale above that, and the dinosaurs in their element booster forms would scale to, if not slightly above, the Dark Pterosaur together. You then have the Awakened states, where Terry, Ace, Chomp, and the rest of the main 6 dinosaurs, all also with Therizinosaurus and Goma's Eocarchira, are able to achieve a power that was meant to actually surpass the Dark Pterosaur, putting them at a hyperversal level, with them also scaling to easily massively faster than light, because it's very simple. They scale above the light dinosaurs who's been light to their, attacks and stuff. But now let's go over Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. So this version of Grimlock was confirmed to be a gladiator of Kaon within the Align Continuity novels. But where would he scale as a whole? And it's pretty simple to where he would scale. He should scale above Optimus and Megatron in the Align Continuity, which again is very simple here, as Fall of Cybertron is a part of the linear and the actual timeline of the Align Continuity, with Robots in the Skies actually being an alternate timeline, which that Grimlock would not count, as he's not the original Grimlock himself, obviously, right? So, with the Align Continuity in the Align novels, both Optimus, Sideswipe, and Bumblebee were able to take down the likes of Bruticus. And later in the Fall of Cybertron continuity, Bruticus will be upgraded, and that would be the one that Grimlock is supposed to fight, or was at least written to fight in the original game. However, Rise of the Darkspark actually gives the Align continuity a much better scaling feat, with Optimus being able actually to punch the Darkspark so far that it actually goes into the Axion Nexus and actually goes to see Transtex. Transtex come from Cloud World, which is one of the higher planes in the Transformers Omniverse. Meaning Optimus not only punched it so hard that it went through the Axion Nexus as well, but it also went into another universal stream, that being the Bayverse continuity, which is obvious. Keep in mind that each Transformers brand cosmology puts it at around hyperversal, with them having a 17 to 22 space optimal brand dimensional cosmology, with their universes being infinite in size, and with the main universe actually being, I guess you could say, the focal point of these timelines. Then all these thoughts and all these things create infinite timelines, meaning again these multiverses are infinite in size, and then they also have their own brand cosmology, or pretty much all have the same brand cosmology. And Grimlock would scale above this, as this Optimus still needed help to take down a much weaker Bruticus, with Grimlock later on going to fight a much stronger one. Yeah, you also have things like Megatron in this War for Cybertron days, being able to one-shot the Combiner Superion with ease here. Grimlock again would easily scale above that, as he's been able to take on and even having to rip apart a much stronger Shockwave, even actually being able to damage Shockwave in his first body here, with again Shockwave being able to take out the Insecticons and then subjugate them. Speaking of, Grimlock and the rest of his Dinobots were also able to take out a large portion of the Insecticons, even beating the main ones, which would be stronger than the ones in Transformers Prime. The same ones that are giving trouble to the likes of Megatron, giving trouble to the likes of Optimus in his Season 1 body, or Season 1 and 2 body, obviously. So, in all honesty, it is very consistent for Grimlock to do this. Grimlock would also scale above Predacons, with probably Predaking being the most debatable amongst the two. You see, with Predaking also being able to, fight against the likes of Skylynx and Darksteel and pin them down with ease, Grimlock was actually able to tear apart Predacons on a consistent basis, actually being able to rip apart Backbite, a Predacon that was able to thrash around his fellow Dinobots, and then going on to kill Circuit, even one-shotting her once he used his Dinobot form with absolute ease. And again, Circuit was actually able to capture and even being able to restrain the likes of Ultra Magnus, someone who would actually scale to, probably would scale to a Season 1 Optimus here. Grimlock should also scale above a plethora of weapons, as these wouldn't be able to work on him due to how his durability is, and because he should scale above the likes of combiners like Devastator and a much younger, or at least a less upgraded Bruticus. And this is where you also have things like the Dimensional Decimator, which is able to rip through the fabric of space and time. You also have the Energon Harvester, which is able to change the opponent's composition into energy for him to pretty much just enter the system. Keep in mind, all these Cybertronian weapons actually work on a subatomic level, with Grimlock's sword being known as an ion sword, which is able to split through ion particles, the smallest particles known to man. And again, these characters, these beings, are fodder compared to him. And yet, these other characters, like, for example, the Titans, alright, are able to take things like Dimensional Decimators like they're nothing. Meaning they're able to take space and time exploding in their face like it's nothing. Which, again, is ridiculous on its own. And again, being able to take things like the Energon Harvester, the Tech Voltimeter, and so many other things here. And each of these weapons all works to attack the Cybertronian's biology and tries to bypass the durability. Because again, you guys have to remember, the Cybertronians are not made of standard metal, with even characters like Jazz and the Dinobots and others are not made of these standard metals like we see on Earth. As a matter of fact, earthbound metals are considered fodder or childish to them. And again, they're able to just easily rip them apart with ease. So I think that should cover Grimlock here, and let's answer the question, right? Does Grimlock solo the Dinosaur King verse? Now, with this one, I think he does get very far, but I think there might be a wall at some point. I think Season 1 and Season 2, he would clear pretty easily, if not with some moderate difficulty. Again, he's able to clear through even the other strong dinosaurs like Saurophagonix, Ampulosaurus, Stegosaurus, Fukuisaurus, the secret dinosaurs and stuff like that here. and even scaling to faster than light characters. However, Season 2 is where things just start to get a little difficult for him. Yeah, this is when you get into the complex multiversal to, low hyperversal scaling and stuff like that with the Dark Pterosaur. And then you get into the Super Dash Awakening dinosaurs, where, yeah, they will all be stronger than the Dark Pterosaur, with the main 6 dinosaurs obviously being the strongest group of these mainline dinosaurs, right? Of these, sorry, not the mainline ones, of these super dinosaurs. And I think Grimlock does have a solid way to clear the verse here. He's, just as strong as they are, and he can get stronger through his rage. He's also able to, use his skill in combat. He has the weapons and definitely the defense to do it. However, I do think at some point it is going to get troublesome for him. But I would actually argue he would be able to clear, but with high to extreme difficulty. These dinosaurs are nothing to mess with at all. And it's funny because you're just like, oh man, Grimlock should be able to beat some T-Rex or some Spinosaurus with ease. He should one-shot everything, right? But again, Dinosaur King is a very powerful verse. I mean, you can honestly make an argument for Terry from Dinosaur King going up against someone like Goku or Jiren or Toppo from the likes of Dragon Ball, and then arguing all these other things to just kind of combat it. Now, again, these dinosaurs are powerful. They're definitely faster, but I see Grimlock winning because not only can he increase his strength through his rage here, but he's actually able to counter and defend himself against a large portion of their attacks. And even if the Earth dinosaurs do have the most defensive measures against their attacks here, and even having things like, the electric dinosaurs, lightning trying to paralyze them and stuff, and maybe even some of the secret dinosaurs, which I think he would probably struggle with more, especially the Super Therizinosaurus, I think that he still should be able to take the win, but again, with extreme to high difficulty, or he loses to the top 2 of the verse, which are, again, the Super Therizinosaurus and the Super ER Carchera. So let me know what you think. He has a 50-50 chance on clearing, but also a 50-50 chance on not clearing, but only to the top 2 of the verse here. But anyway, that's going to be all today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Peace.